Doreen Granpeesheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
Gareth had written in and said, I want to ask this question. Please can the group tell me, and my chat just jumped. Please can the group tell me, after you have had a diagnosis, why have I been told by family, friends, and partners, you're normal, you don't have autism? And he says that this is really hurting me. So maybe Dr. Granpeesheh, because you've worked with a lot of families and seen this kind of thing, maybe you can shed a little light. And then if others want to jump in, Gareth is writing on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and want to tell Gareth your thoughts on it, if you're watching at home, you can absolutely give him some support there as well. But Dr. Granpeesheh?
Yeah, Gareth. So I guess I start by saying, have you thought about why it's hurting you? Because really, it doesn't matter what other people think. It never should really matter to the point where it hurts you so much. So I think the focus should be more on what is it about that is hurting you. I mean, I have a lot of adults who I've seen who some do fit the criteria, and it's a relief for them to know that they are part of a bigger group. It's a relief for them to know why certain things are difficult for them or have always been difficult for them. And then there are others who really don't fit the diagnostic criteria of autism, but fit other diagnoses, for instance, social anxiety disorder, or depression even, or a variety of other things. So what is it that is hurting you? If you believe that the diagnosis that you received was accurate, then that's all that matters. And let's go with that and believe in that. A lot of lay people have a lot of opinions, but unless you have training in diagnosis, it doesn't really matter. And perhaps you can, if you feel that autism really is the appropriate diagnosis for you, what I would do is try to educate those people about the various symptoms of autism that you feel you have. And a lot of times people don't know enough about autism, and they think, oh, it's got to be, one way or another. It has to be very severe, or it has to be, you have to have savant skills, or people have all kinds of ideas about what autism is. Take those parts of the diagnosis that you feel really describe who you are and tell them. So, for example, with autism, it is really hard for a lot of people to take someone else's perspective. Maybe you can tell them that you struggle with that, or that you struggle with abstract communication, or that you struggle with whatever symptom of autism it is that you feel helps define you. But again, my bigger words of advice, I guess, are don't care. Try to not care. Try to just, everybody has to live their own lives, and if we cared about everybody else's opinion, we'd be lost. We'd never move forward. So, that's really what I would suggest.
I love that. I have, somebody had said the phrase to me many years ago, other people's opinions of me is none of my business.
Exactly.
And I really took that on. And then when I really truly had to learn it was when my son was diagnosed with autism. And it's something that I say often, other people's opinions of my parenting is none of my business, because I would care deeply. And when you start doing the math and draw it out on the chalkboard about, does this person really understand what I'm going through? And so if the answer is no, then how would I allow their judgment of what I'm doing really matter to me?
Yep.
It's hard. It's really hard. because you have to separate yourself from it that way and realize that whatever they're thinking has more to do with them than it has to do with you. There was
Absolutely.
a dear friend of mine that just would not accept that my son had gotten a diagnosis of autism and would say to me all the time, no, what do you, it, and then he would fill in the blank of why. I was like, well, why have multiple doctors said this? And he would say things that were really upsetting, like, you just wanted attention. You just, like, really.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for me. And I ignored it for a long time. And then I found myself wanting to be around him less and less,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah. And
because I don't really want to
yeah,
hear that. That's not
Melissa
working.
Melissa wrote in replying to Gareth and said, people don't see all of the things that you're struggling with inside, especially if you're good at masking. And that's a beautiful comment. And you're absolutely right, Melissa. Nobody knows what we go through. Only we know. And, hopefully you had yeah, a good diagnostician, and that's all you need, really.
There we go. There we go. Okay. There's so many comments coming in. It's like, it's like Sophie's choice here. I want to answer everybody's questions. I do have to start with something quick though, that somebody wrote in the night, and they were on our website and said, is this information free? And I'm so happy to report that yes, all the information that we provide here is free, which is really, I'm very, very proud of. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.